Awesome. So I'm excited to have Sonya today. This is we've been waiting to have this interview. She's been cooking it up. Y'all definitely are gonna have to look below and like her Facebook page. Go on and see her cooking demos. I'm starving for food every time I watch it. Watch it. I have a few things that I'm wanting to celebrate this year, and I don't believe that this virus is going to stop that. So I know that I'm going to be looking at some of these cakes. I've already had a few.
Okay.
I'm excited to have you, Sonya. I want to definitely start off with, how did you become who you are today? We just recently connected because you created a group for women so that we can be connected and support each other. So that's actually how I even stumbled upon you. And I've been just watching you throughout even this short period of time. And I love your energy. I love your honesty.
Yeah.
And I love your transparency, which is sometimes missed, especially with women. So
Yes,
tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I'm a Louisiana native. Right now, my husband and I, yes, we're from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Lafayette, Louisiana. I have family in Shreveport. Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've been in Texas for 9 years now.
Okay.
And so I grew up pretty much cooking. I've been cooking since I was 6. Both of my grandparents, on both sides, they had restaurants, and they hated each other. They were rivals.
Wow.
Right. So I was always in the middle of 2 people. My mom's mom hated my dad's mom hated, so everybody hated each other.
Yes, I got it.
So they, everybody was just kind of pulling and tugging and seeing who could do the most, give me the most skills. I had a pretty abusive childhood, and cooking was one of the things that I could go to that kind of helped me in survival mode. It was my relaxation, my therapy, creating stuff, cooking stuff, all that kind of jazz. So
I love that. And I think you're the first person I've met that said that cooking was their outlet. I also come from an abusive background, and writing and singing was my outlet, and I'm a published author. So it just is amazing how those seasons in our lives really have produced some great stuff. That's amazing.
Yeah, they have. So, and then the irony of some of the story, my mother's mother, so my mother's biracial. So she's light skinned, had the long, beautiful hair. And my brother, he has green eyes and, all of those attributes. Well, I'm actually the darkest one. And so they used to call me Ugmo, they used to call me Blackie, they used to call me Nappy Head. And so one day she told me, she said, I'm gonna teach you how to cook because you so ugly, ain't nobody gonna marry you. You're just gonna be able to work in the white folk kitchen when you get grown, So I'm thinking she still has that slavery mindset. So she didn't realize, I'm gonna grow up in a different world.
Yes.
And so I took that and I used it. And I have a lot of bruised knuckles. My knuckles are really weird because she used to beat me on my knuckles if I did something wrong. Yeah, I mean, it was today it would be, considered child abuse.
Definitely.
But, back then, that's what it was.
That's true. I know all too well. Yes, that is so true. So tell me what I mean, I see the foundation, right, and why you're so passionate about it. And like I said earlier, please follow her Facebook page. It's down at the bottom. I see the passion, even in the midst of certain things that's happened. Even when we were entering this season, I saw how people kind of took orders back. I remember seeing that post. But within 24 hours, I believe you were back up and like, let's get it. Let's go. I love that because we have to have that type of attitude in life, period. We just have to. But tell us how you and I know you and your husband co-own, I believe, the business. How did y'all start that vision? What made you jump out, in 2 feet, 2 feet?
Oh my God. So when we first moved here, so I have a nursing background, and my husband, we were dating at the time. He worked in oil field. And so 2011, I lost my favorite sister to cancer. And I got, really depressed. And then the doctor that I worked for, he closed his office down. Ironically, 2 weeks later, where my husband was working at, they laid him off.
Wow.
So we was, and we was both laid off like right at the end of 2011.
Wow.
In 3 months, we lost everything.
Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
my older children were already in Texas. So I was like, I lost my sister. I lost my job. I'm moving to Texas. He was like, I'm coming to Texas with you. So we ended up fleeing Louisiana in a
Wow.
car that we had not paid for, and they
Wow.
was looking to repossess it.
Like, we gotta go.
We
We got
gotta
to
go.
go.
And so we moved in with my daughter, and I took a job at ADT Security, and my husband started working, I forget where it was. And so one day I was at the little booth, I was taking a call, and after the call I had to use the bathroom. And I tell people this, and it's so funny. So they told me, and I'm 42 years old, they was like, you have to ask to go to the bathroom. I was like, I gotta ask to go pee. I'm
Right.
I'm grown. I gotta
Right.
ask, you know. And I went to the bathroom and I called my husband. I called Keith. I was like, look, I ain't gonna be able to do this. They
Yeah, right.
told me I gotta ask. I'm overgrown.
Right.
Ask permission to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So when I got home, I said, look, Keith, I said, you know, cooking, catering, that's my heart. Like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I said, if I can bring enough money in this house, you know, catering and stuff, will you let me quit my job? He said, okay, we'll talk about it when I got home. When he got home, he came home with nice set,
Wow.
a KitchenAid, all kind
Wow.
of stuff. He said, here, start your business.
That's
And
awesome.
so I just got on Facebook and started telling people. And a lot of people knew me anyway because I had a lot of friends that had already transitioned to Texas.
Okay.
They knew us, and then kind of word of mouth got out, and
That's it.
people started buying it. I was doing like caramel apples,
Wow.
cupcakes. I wasn't even doing the big cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided I wanted to go to the Cordon Bleu. So at that time they were still in Dallas, and I went there and I got my associates in baking and patisserie. But then I love to cook, so I went back and got a bachelor's in culinary arts.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Our oldest definitely wants to do both. So that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Any nuggets, you know, to the next generation that may be looking at culinary as an opportunity? What are your nuggets or
Oh my God. Yes. So I would tell anyone who is looking into culinary arts to go for it. There's always a need for new ideas. The culinary industry trend, every 10 minutes, there's something new. And so be a part of that trend, be a part of, because cooking is in our culture, it's our nature.
Yes, it
We
is.
are born to cook, even though we may not want to cook,
Yeah, that's
but there's a lot of money in it. There's
yes,
a lot of money in it. Guess what? It's always a hungry person out there, so
that's
you'll never
true.
be without a job.
Or a person like me who just looking like I'm gonna get that.
Right. And it's therapeutic though. I mean, when I get
Yeah.
in the kitchen, I forget the whole world, and it's just like I'm married to them pots and pans and whatever I'm doing.
I could tell. I could tell. It fascinates me. Anytime I see someone doing what they love, you can tell a difference between an everyday person just running, you know, going through the everyday thing from a person who has passion and they love it. You see the difference easily. So tell me a little bit about how has it been for you being a small business owner, right? During this time, I just finished a series called Faith in Business, and I brought back two small business owners to talk about faith in crisis. So tell me a little bit how I've seen you do this recovery thing, but tell me a little bit more about your foundation there.
So before all of this happened, my husband and I we were catering for like celebrities, and we had doctors and lawyers, and we were like literally doing amazing.
Wow.
And in 3 weeks time, I went from going to the homes of people who had $1 million homes to sitting in my own living room figuring things out.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
so with me, I am a prayer. I believe in prayer first in all things. And the Spirit of God came over me and said, girl, I know you ain't worried. And I was like, what? He was like, girl, I know you ain't worried. Like, I gave you so much.
Wow.
I gave you so much information. I've given you so much talent and so much know-how. I know you're not worried.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not, God. I'm not. But I need for you to tell me what to do. I
Yes.
need for you to, to show me what is so wonderful about me that this next season, what
Wow.
will people, what's so special about me that people want to see me in this next season? And
Wow.
God told me my smile.
Hmm.
And so I remember being abused, and I remember going to school and smiling. Nobody, to this day, I have friends calling me, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I never not see you smiling. See, that was the one gift that God gave me, was
Yeah.
a smile. And so that's my gift to the world. I always go back to God will never let me down. He'll
Yeah.
never forsake me. No matter what we go through, no matter
That's
what
true.
it seems like, I went from not having, not, figuring out what was what to now I'm doing daily demos.
Yeah.
I've not worked since the crisis started, but I still had food to do demos with. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And so I just believe that even in my faith with God, He never would let me down.
That's
Like,
awesome. That's awesome.
never.
Yes. I love that. I think that's it is the foundation that I believe and that I stand on. And I know that that's what has carried me through every single season in my life. So for me, it's like there's days, especially at the beginning, I felt like I was in the twilight zone. I'm like, is this truly
Woo!
happening? Like, wait,
Yes.
like, am I watching a movie and am I sleeping? Really, it just felt surreal, and so
Mhm.
many movies are out there that mimic this. So I was just like, this
Yeah.
cannot be real, right? And then
Yeah.
having to go back to what I loved about it and what I hear you're saying is what rises up at that moment is what we have been rooted in, is our faith.
Mhm.
Like, it
Yeah.
always shows up, it always speaks to us, and it just confirmed to me, Laura, you do believe. It's these
Mhm.
moments that it's really tested.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or,
Trust me.
yes,
Yes.
it's tested, so you get to see that, and God begins to speak to that place that we're vulnerable, we're weak. He's very well capable to lift us up and carry us through. So
Yes, ma'am.
we just want to encourage everybody that's listening, that God is present and He never fails. It doesn't mean that it doesn't get difficult, but you will walk through this difficulty. That's
You
that's that's
will.
it. That's the key. You're not doing it alone. It's different
Right.
when you're alone and you're walking in it. But when you
Right.
know you got backup, you're gonna get through it. You're not alone in it. So
That's right.
I love that. I love that. So tell me about the sauces. So I've been kind of looking in and trying to figure out, okay, tell me about these sauces.
So I've been working on cookbooks my whole life. I literally total recipes. I have probably about 10,000
Wow.
that I created my own self. I have stacks and stacks of books, me writing recipes. And so one day we was cooking for a celebrity, and he asked me like, what are you seasoning your food with? And I told him, and he was like, you sitting on a gold, man. Like, why are you not, selling your seasonings? And so I came home and me and Keith got to talking, and I was like, you know what, we should probably try this. So I started making up big bulks of my seasonings, and he was like, oh, this good. I was like, what are we gonna call it? So he was like, well, hey, it's you and you a little saucy, so let's call it Saucy Sonya. And
I love it.
so we started there, and I just started kind of, letting people sample the seasonings, and it got so crazy so fast, it kind of caught on. And so then we started naming them these old crazy names. I wanted it to be something to where when you see the name, you wouldn't forget it. Like,
Yes.
you're gonna have to have some because you need to know what a booty butt cheek tastes like.
That sticks though. I'm just saying, it sticks. That's awesome. So, and you have a
But they're
website.
really, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, we have amazing. We have a website, SaucySonyaSpices.com.
Mhm.
But let me tell you guys what's awesome about it. So I worked in nephrology for 8 years, and that was the renal. I worked for a renal doctor.
Okay.
And of course, like renal patients, they can't have like all this salt. They can't, oh my God, there's so many things that the renal patients can't have.
Yes.
So what helped me with a lot of my recipes was I had to learn how to create low sodium to no sodium seasonings, but still have an amazing taste.
Yeah.
So that's why we got Miss Dash B. Yeah, they got a lot of product, but we got a lot of taste. And we coming for you, McCormick. So watch out, because we got what y'all got, baby.
That is awesome. So I am a nurse. So you're speaking my language. Yes, I am a nurse. So it definitely, the value of that low sodium, especially even for cardiac patients.
Yes.
All of that is amazing. So tell me about how that nursing background informed you of that, creating those sauces that are healthy and, you know.
Well, it just helped me because, of course, you know, we had a lot of patients on fluid restriction.
Yes.
And so whenever you get a lot of sodium, you're going to want to drink a lot of water.
Yes.
So with that, I had to factor in, okay, these people can't just keep drinking water or even trying to dispel the sodium out of their system. So if I created something that wasn't going to give them that thirsty feeling,
yes.
and their taste, and it really helped a lot. And I also worked as a dietary consultant and a nutritionist.
What?
So all of that, yes, ma'am, and it helps now with me being a chef and creating meals, creating
Yes.
recipes, because I can cater to literally everyone without a hitch. And so the nursing background, it really, I know that was one of the things that God gave me as a foundation, because he knew what I was going to do today.
Definitely.
You know, when my sister passed, I did hospice for a while too, and she had cancer.
Okay.
And so when she passed, I lost the taste for nursing because I didn't want to take care of anybody else like that, you know, that was gonna pass. And so I said, okay, God, you got jokes. I see what you're doing. What you did was you cut that off because you knew it was time for me to continue on with my destiny.
Come on.
So,
so
and I was offered a job at Baylor. I was offered a job at Methodist, but God said, that was that season, but now you're going into this new season, but I'm still bringing those things into this season in the recipes and the food. So that helped me a lot.
That is awesome. And he does do that. He does do that, especially for me. It's because he knows that I will do it all.
Yeah.
So he has to shut it completely off. Like, nope. I experienced that before. I had a vision to be a nurse, and that was like our family plan. And I remember every time I tried to take the test, the pre-entrance exam, the doors would not open. Like I would go to the physical building and they would cancel it. Like he was just giving me all the time. I'm so serious. So I actually went through a miscarriage during that season, and it was walking through that and praying that I felt like God had took the taste of nursing out of my mouth. It was weird. It's like I lost, baby, but I also lost that drive.
Right.
But that very year I went and got my degree in theology.
Okay.
Yes. And then after I did that, then he brought back nursing. It was just, he knows what he's doing. And it made sense because I started to go and speak, and that opened a lot of the doors that I've walked into. I needed that foundation, and it needed to be about him, right? I had to go to school and apply myself. So, but he took that, he took it out of my mouth for like 2 years. Nobody could tell me. My boss would be like, Laura, you've been awesome. Cause I've worked in healthcare like all of my life. My first job, my very first job when I was 14 was a waitress. But when I came to Texas, I came from Louisiana, Lafayette to Texas at 16. I walked into CNA and just kept working my way up. But, that's all I've done. Practically, it's the field. But I remember my boss would be like, you can be a nurse. And I was like, no, no, thank you. But it was on time. Hindsight looking at it, I'm like, he knew what he was doing. He knew Laura Williams would be trying to do it all. And he needed to shut that off and refocus. So I definitely get that. I get it. And it makes sense. He uses all things.
Yeah.
Uses all things. So tell me about how you, being a mother, you and your husband, y'all started this business. How do you balance those worlds?
So I'm probably fixing to freak a lot of people out. So I am the 51-year-old mother of a 3-year-old.
You don't look 51, girl.
I will be 52 in August. Yes.
Wow.
And I have a 3-year-old.
Really? Okay.
So I have 5 children. I have 33, 29, 27, 25, and then 3.
Wow.
Yes. So, and I have 7 grandchildren. So it takes a lot to
Mhm.
deal with my 3-year-old
Yeah, I would
because
imagine.
he is his mother and his father's child. So he's all my crazy, and then he's his daddy's calm, but he's more my crazy.
Yes,
And
yes,
so when me and his crazy hit together, it's like I'm looking at myself and I'm like,
I get it.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
get it.
it gets to be tedious trying to keep my
Yeah.
focus because now I'm working on a book of my life and I'm working
Okay.
on 2 cookbooks. So
Okay.
as I'm sitting here working on my cookbook, he's mommy, and I'm like, like Jack Nicholson in The Shining,
Yeah.
like that. So,
I'm zoned out, baby. I'm zoned out. Let mama be.
but it's tedious. It gets tedious.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because I've
Yeah.
always been, I'm the person who, if we are running a mile, then I'm gonna run a mile and a half.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm
I get
just
that.
that's just who I am. I'm pretty high strung.
Yes, that is so me. And it's weird if I'm not. Like I'm just like, what's going on? It's like,
Yeah, downtime scares me because
yes,
it's
yeah.
like, is this the calm before the storm? Like,
Right.
what's up with that? Let's keep the storm. I don't want the calm. Let's go. It's another creature, baby.
Definitely. So, is there anything that you want the audience to know? Any last words of encouragement? Anything about your business? How they can best follow what you're doing? What are you doing next? What's next for Sonya?
So first of all, I want to encourage you guys. We're in a time right now where people are thinking, oh, well, we're being punished, we're going through this, and we're going through that. But I feel that God wants us to get back to family. I think He wants us to get back to basics.
Yeah.
So don't look at this time as you're going through, but you're going to family, you're going to love, you're going to community and connections. So take this as a time to breathe. Maybe we were moving around too much and we didn't breathe. So now we have that time to breathe. What's next for Saucy? I think TV. I've been asked to do quite a few, little TV shows and
Yeah.
stuff. And my husband's always signing me up for something on Food Network. And so that's what's
I
next.
love that. I love that. I can't
And
wait.
I'm good. I love the camera. I'm a ham
Yes,
when it
I
comes
could
to
tell that. I could tell that. I
I
could
love
tell
the
that on
camera.
Facebook Live. I can see
I'm not
that.
shy at all.
That will be amazing. I mean, literally, I'm excited for you. I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, it's just a matter of when, you know.
Yes,
Yes, that is so
I'm
exciting.
excited.
Thank
So
you
please
so much.
follow me on Instagram, you guys, Chef Sonya Dorsey. And we have a YouTube channel, Talking with Flavor, and that's FLAVA. Go subscribe, hit that ding to let you know when the notification comes up. But that's
Definitely.
it.
Awesome. Thank you.
SaucySonyaSpices.com.
Yes, thank you so much for your time. I know you've been cooking all day. You just finished a demo. I need to go back and watch the ending of that. But thank you so much for spending a little time with us and encouraging us and sharing your story. I pray that you will continue to increase. And I thank you for sharing your faith and your joy with our audience today.
Well, thank you for doing this, and God bless you. I pray that this goes international for you. And I see talk show hosts in your future, so you just keep on. We receive it.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Sonya. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, love. You be blessed.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.